Good evening and welcome to the sport here on Pulse with me, Oreku Wampofu. It is arguably, if not the biggest game in Ghana football, as two sides, Accra Heart of Oak and Asante Kotoko, would be locking horns at the Accra Sports Stadium come Sunday. If you are looking for one match, 90 minutes, which had everything from drama to skills to goals to social engagement, then certainly the Super Clash, as it's nicknamed, is the tie for you. And it will be happening this weekend, and joining me in the studio is Joy Sports Bill Lishon. It's always good to have, Asante Kotoko and Heart of Oak play, even beyond, the footballing aspect. It does generate a lot of interest and in a lot of public eye and all that.
Yes, it does. A lot of people talk about it, even Ashfield fans, even Mediama fans. Everyone will want to look at how these two teams will perform because they are the two biggest clubs, arguably, in the Ghana Premier League. And so it brings a lot of chatter, a lot of talk, and it brings a lot of bragging rights. It depends on who wins the match on the day. If it's Kotoko, you hear them talking a lot. If it's Heart, you hear them talking a lot. So it signifies a lot during the year, a lot after the game.
Certainly, it signifies a lot, as you've stated. But if you bring it to football in terms, we would go into the tactical aspect. But you look at these two sides and the table itself. Asante Kotoko are 4 points behind the table leaders, and for Heart of Oak, they are an extra 2 points. So that's 6 points for Heart of Oak from the top of the table. Yeah. Do you think whoever is going to lose this game can probably kiss goodbye to that title challenge?
Well, it's tricky because Bekum Chelsea have started well this season. They are still unbeaten, and we'll have to wait and see what happens over there. But of course, it will be a very big boost because anyone who comes out on top in this match will take it to the next few games that they will play. So it will be really, really crucial for whoever wins, whether it's Haas, whether it's Kotoko. Kotoko are closer. If they win, then it will be a very big boost for them. But they still have a few teams to go bypass, like Ashgold, like Mediama, like Idiana. They are all on form so far this season. They are all performing very well. So it's going to be very, very tricky.
Tricky indeed, but probably more tricky for Heart of Oak because if you do look at the record books, the Phobians have probably struggled more when they played at home, which is a bit strange, considering the fact that when they're playing at the Accra Sports Stadium, they do tend to have more fans supporting them. What do you think attributes for, the poor performances at home? We've had the CEO of Kotoko, Joja Marco, saying that they always beat Heart of Oak when it comes to Accra. What do you think causes, that minor deficiency when it comes to the Super Clash for Heart?
Well, it's mostly true because in the past 10 games that they've played at the Accra Sports Stadium, of course, Kotoko have clinched 5 victories and Heart of Oak has only clinched 2 victories and have been 3 draws. So, of course, Kotoko have been dominant on the day. I think it's all about preparation. They prepare very, very well, and then they come out with everything they've got to try and upset Heart of Oak, and they've been able to do it in the past 10 games. In the past 5 games, actually, Kotoko have won 3 of them and drawn 1 and only lost 1. So that is a very big problem for Heart. They seem not to be finding a way to beat Kotoko at their own backyard, but they actually perform very well away. So it's really, it's really the opposite when it comes to those two.
But what do you think Coach Edward Neodum has to do to ensure the Heart of Oak do get that victory at the Accra Sports Stadium?
Well, so far he has steadied the ship somehow. After that 3-0 defeat to Mediama, they are playing very good football. They actually was able to draw at Wafa, a place where they've struggled in the past. In the past 2 games before that, they conceded about 8 goals at Wafa, but they were able to hold them to a 0-0 draw, and then coming to the next game, they got a win as well. So they are improving game by game, and that is more of a good news for them. But also Kotoko were sliding down, and then they came back with a win against the Busiadoa. So it's going to be really, really tight. I think he has to just tell his boys that, of course, he's seeing them improving, and this is the step. This is the major step, the major hurdle they have to cross. They have to go into this game with all the passion that they've got, because that is what the game demands: passion. The game demands passion. The game demands calmness. The game demands, everything they have to give. They have to leave everything on the pitch, and when they do that, they'll be able to get the results.
Certainly, you stated how you think Heart of Oak would be getting that result as well. But let's come to Asante Kotoko, and unfortunately, there's been a lot of distraction in terms of the build-up news to this Super Clash, and that's the fact that one of their key players, Sonia, Yakuba, he's been distracted a little by his contract demands not being met by Kotoko currently. Now he values himself as around $150,000 in the due that he expects, and Kotoko are saying that they're not going to match that. Now, if you're Maxwell Kunedu, would you be starting Yakuba on Sunday?
Well, first things first, if I'm earning that kind of money, no. I think I'll be doing a lot of things. But that is a very huge amount. Of course, he's one of the best players on the team, no doubt about it. And he's a big game player. He's proven it time after time. But if for a player you are going through contractual issues, if you are not as big as Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi, it's going to really affect your game. And it has affected his game in the past 2 games. In fact, even against the Busiano Dogs, he got a penalty and he missed it. So that shows that, of course, it's affecting his psyche. But this is the big game. Maxwell Kunedu do have to really speak to him. If it's not going to work, he has to bench him. I think that is the only thing that could solve the problem. But it's going to be difficult with someone with the caliber, with the pedigree of Sonia Yakuba. I think he just have to see this game as the very big clash, because no matter your contractual issue, you have to make your name in this clash. Even if you are going to leave Kotoko, you have to leave with a bank. And this is the clash that he can use to make his bank.
Certainly, the Yakuba would be looking to make his bank. Thank you very much, Bill, for joining us here. And we'll be hoping that we left on the bank as well. Remember that the Ghana Premier League Match Day 6 fixtures have already kicked off. There's a match going on between Wafa and Liberty Professionals. Liberty currently leading that as well. And tonight, Legon Cities would be hosting Bechem United at the Accra Sports Stadium. But the big one, and what we did speak about, was the super clash on Sunday between Accra Hearts of Oak and Asante Kotoko. The gates would be opening as early as 8 a.m. So don't forget to troop in and share your support with the clubs that you support as well. But thank you very much for joining us. This is all the time would allow us for here on the Pulse Sports on Pulse. My name is Rico Ampofo.